The Book of the Broken Tongue. Chapter 1. Of the Word turned against itself. And it was in the season of division that the tongue was loosed from understanding, and the word knew not the heart that uttered it. For every man took up arms, and the weapon was the word. And with it he slew trust, and kinship, and neighborliness. He calleth his brother a tyrant, and his father a plague. The mother is reckoned a harlot of power, and the child is mocked for the sins he hath not committed. Lo, none was safe from the blast of the mouth, for the mouth was as a furnace, kindled with indignation, and fanned by the breath of 10,000 watchers. They cried aloud upon the housetops, "He is a fascist, he is a traitor, he is a devil clothed in flesh." And the people, hearing, trembled not, for they rejoiced to see their enemies demonized. Thus was the word turned against itself, and it did consume the land like fire unchecked. Chapter 2. Of the merchants of outrage. Woe unto the scribes of the glassy altar, who maketh merchandise of indignation, and declareth war not for justice, but for yield. They sitteth in studios without windows, and proclaimeth their cause as righteous, yet their scales are balanced not with truth, but with ratings. They taketh one word from a man, and maketh it a sword. Another word they cut in twain, and from it fashion a spear. They say, "Come, let us stir the people, that our flame be not extinguished," for they are lovers of heat, and haters of light. And the multitude eateth daily of this leavened bread, which is called outrage. They know not its bitter root, nor that it maketh the heart sick with suspicion. And the scribes say, "Lo, our enemies are ever at the gate, though the gate be still, and the enemy be but a man with a question." Chapter 3. Of the echoing chambers. And the people withdrew into small rooms, each with a horn and a mirror. And every horn spake as the man himself, and every mirror showed him only his own garment. They said, "Surely we are righteous, for all who speak to us say what we say." And when a stranger entered and spake a strange word, they cried, "Blasphemy, hate speech, error unclean." Thus were they hardened in heart and narrowed in vision, for the echo is not a teacher, and the mirror hath no tongue of rebuke. They shouted louder and heard only themselves, and were filled with zeal, yet starved of wisdom. Chapter 4. Of the teaching of many doctrines. In the schools the lamp of inquiry was darkened, and the children were taught not to question, but to chant. They were shown a single way, and told it was always. They were given the name of a foe before they knew the name of a friend. They were made to kneel before the idols of ideology, and their minds were yoked to slogans. The tongue of reason was bound, and the eye that doubted was plucked out, that none might see the chain. The halls that once rang with argument became chambers of affirmation. They ceased to ask what is true, and learned only to repeat what is approved. And when one rose up and said, "Let us test these words," he was cast out, and named a danger to the whole. Chapter 5. Of the lonely actor. Then came the fruit of this sowing, the hand that acts alone, and calls itself justice. He that is young and without root, and full of noise, becometh a sword in the hand of no master. He saith in his heart, "They have called him wicked, therefore I do God service to destroy him." He is but one man, yet thinketh himself a host. His cause is fire, and he knoweth not whom it shall consume. And blood is shed where debate should have stood. The breath of life is spent where words were meant to be weighed. The slain fall silent, and the slayer is not glorified, for he hath drunk from the poisoned well. The land is shaken, but only for a moment. Then the merchants of outrage return to their business, and the scribes sharpen their pens again. Chapter 6 of the Path Not Taken. Yet even now saith the voice from the wilderness, There is a better way. Let thy word be plain, and thy wrath slow. Let thy neighbor not be thine adversary, but thy fellow in the labor of discernment. Speak not in haste, neither write in flame, for the tongue is a fire, and the hand is a hammer, yet wisdom is as water, that giveth life. Build not thine identity upon hatred, for it shall fail thee when the wind shifteth. Refuse the bread of outrage, though it be sweet to the mouth, for it nourisheth not, and it leaveth the soul hollow. Guard thy heart against simpleness, and thy mind against the comfort of the echo. Then shall thy days be long in the land of the still tongue, and the children of thine house shall dwell in safety.